Yo, how's it going? I need to do something. I don't know how to do it though. Forgotten. Fuck. 2 seconds. Oh, here we go. Copy. Boom. 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 Yo. Let me know if I need to take the music off, because if you might be hearing it twice or whatever. Because I've got it coming through the speakers and it might be echoing. But if it's all good, it's all good. We'll leave it. First time watching. Nice. Nice. I'm hoping to get a few new people in here and some questions answered. And some stuff gone over. Will you be making some trades? Not at 6:30 p.m, bro. It's going to be pretty dead, if I'm honest. Music's good. Cool. Good. Yeah. Volume's a bit low as it is. And realistically, we're just going to go into... I mean, even New York session is, what, 1:30? So I wouldn't expect much volume. And I don't really want to be jumping into anything blindly without... we have FOMC tomorrow. So... yeah, GJ is still going. I don't like the close of the 4 hour, personally, because we're kind of in a bit of a limbo, because we've got this imbalance just above here. So, but you know, stops are in profit. I'm happy to just hold. I'd ideally like to see us tap into 195. So, how do I join the elite group? You need to drop me a message on Telegram, bro. Gold's busy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, it's kind of preempting what could potentially happen tomorrow. Because if Fed come out and say that they're not gonna raise rates, then you know, they're gonna hold off on raising any more rates, then gold will essentially fall, which is good. What's your advice with length of holding a trade and proportion inputting SLs and TPs when you enter a signal late? Look, I mean, I went over with the whole entering trades in late. It's not ideal, and you know, that's why you've kind of just got to be reactive as soon as you see notifications. But look, it's one of those. Not everybody can fucking be on their phone all the time, so there will be things that you miss out. But the thing that you don't want to do is get into a trade late and, you know, that trade be 20, 30 pips already in profit, and then, you know, the trader turn around and go, right, move your stops to entry. And you can't physically do that because you're fucking, you know, you're in drawdown. Do you know what I mean? So, I personally see gold retracing further. Yeah, I'd ideally, right, ideal scenario is for us to revisit the 25.50 range first. Maybe even 25.20. As that was kind of acting as a level of resistance before we broke through. So ideally, I'd like to see us return that. And on the weekly time frame, if you can see, that would give us a tap down into the EMAs as well, where the EMAs can kind of react as a support as well. So we've got you know, double level of support, 14 EMA, previous level of resistance, now support, or should be support, and us react off of that. That would be the ideal scenario for me. But we are tapping into this daily imbalance here, which we could react off of and push higher. What's the lot size you'd recommend with an account worth 1,750? Look, it's not about lot sizes. I've said this in pretty much every video I do every day. It's not about lot sizes. You need to work out what 1% of your account is, and then that will give you your lot size you should be working with. So, say for argument's sake, you're taking a trade on a normal pair where it's not 100 pips stop loss. 1% of your account might be a 0.05 lot size, whereas you'd, you know, realistically think that 0.01 should be every £100. But if you're risking 1%, that lot size might be lower, because that's what 1% of your account with the stop loss, that's what it should be. Hey Adam, can you talk over the GBP USD trade? It's not my trade, bro. It was Harrison's trades. I thought it was a little bit adventurous given how late in the day it was. But I haven't traded any USD pairs today because this is essentially what we've been dealing with. If any of you guys watch the orb, we are still in the range. We have not broken out and pushed further either way. So, yeah. I'm good, Matthew, I'm good. Do you not miss entry often, Jacob? Oh, okay, you're talking to someone, sorry. But yeah, the only trade that we have been in is GJ. GJ, we are currently retesting. This is now support. Whether or not we break back in, who knows? Stops are at this alarm right here, 193,600. So, you know, worst we come out with, if this does tap us out, is 35 pip profit. But it's an adventurous trade at the end of the day. Is the other guy in the group not HS? A bit shit. I don't know who the other person is in the group that trades. I've seen mixed. I've seen good stuff from him. It was one of those with his gold trade. Very, very unlucky in regards to stop loss wise, because his stop loss was at 26.52, right? And gold only pushed another 10 pips before completely dropping. But, you know, it's one of those. I would have personally have waited to see how price reacted to Asia high, and then once we'd seen price break back in, this 15-minute candle right here, pure manipulation. That is just, you'll probably find on a lower time frame, that is just tapping into an imbalance. Probably this one here, right? So it's initially making buyers think, right, price is going to push higher. And it didn't. It just retested back in the range and then dropped. So, you know, it's all well and good looking back in time and going, okay, well, this is what we would have done, or this is what I would have done, or whatever. But it's a lot different when price is playing out. Do you know what I mean? But even still, if you'd, you know, sold off of this bearish engulfing candle here, you know, you still would have been okay. You wouldn't have actually dealt with much drawdown, and price would have gone in your favor. But it's just one of those days. You know, price is moving before the fact, and you know, it's down tomorrow. It's down to tomorrow, because if tomorrow comes out and they are going to do some more rate cuts, then we'll see gold fly. But if they're going, no, that's all we're going to do, then, you know, we should see gold give a good drop. Where do you find news? You can find it on my FX book, the economic calendar. Just change this settings to high impact. Just use the high impact news, because that's the only real news that affects the market. You can just put it to only USD based. I don't really know why I don't really need Japanese yen, and realistically, those are the only ones that I need. So you can just have it for that. What's your prediction on gold? Will it hit 2650 again? I don't think so. I don't think so, personally. You've got two scenarios, right? This could be the drop into the daily imbalance that was needed and reaction, and you could push from this area to all-time highs. Why is my thing not fucking working? You could push straight from here tomorrow and inflation push to all-time highs, or you just have a simple push up, fill the imbalance, retrace, and then plummet again. But we've broken out of this range. That's the biggest thing. We've broken out of this range, which I said in the videos is what we needed to happen to show some sort of directional bias. I mean, personally, I would have liked to have seen this liquidity swept before us dropping, but, you know, you can't have everything you want. But I don't really focus on gold, to be honest. Like, it's one of those, like, I'd rather trade pairs and be a lot less stressed. Put it that way. The gold trades sometimes lack confluence. Yeah, I mean, you know, but it's down to the trader's strategy. My strategy can have 4 or 5 confluences, whereas somebody else's might only have 2, because that's what they found works in the past for them. But price broke Asia high, pushed towards previous resistance support level and dropped. Yeah. Yeah, you've got kind of, even though you've got this range here, like for the highs and the lows, you've got a middle. You've got a middle ground here as well. So essentially, this round here is your middle ground. Taking all of these off now anyway, because I don't really need them. But yeah, that is essentially your middle kind of resistance / support area, probably around there. So yeah, again, tap into resistance / support and drop. There's no levels to be taking trades on gold. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be taking a trade on gold right now anyway. Like, you've got to understand that we're going to lack volume around this time because London session's over. So you've literally just got US session now. That's it. What's your portfolio? My portfolio is just a bunch of algos that I built myself, that I have running on my accounts. There's a PAM account that I run, which is different investors' money that I just set up 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it's just lots of different things. Lots of different things. When you say learn a strat, learn the strat Adam and HS use, or learn my own strat. It's up to you. You can use my strat, you can use fucking ICT, you can use SMC, you can use whatever strat you like. You've got to, first of all, you've got to pick what kind of trader you want to be. Like, do you want to be a scalper? Do you find you like the aggressiveness of being a scalper? Do you want to be a bit more relaxed? You know, you've got to look at every aspect in your life, your emotions, what your work schedule's like, all these things, and then you've got to base a strategy around that. You can't be a scalper, but yet never be able to be on your phone because you've got a busy work schedule. You can't be a scalper if you can't handle being under pressure because you're, you know, in small stop loss type setups. So, you know, that's why I always got on with swing trading, because one, I couldn't be on my phone all the time because I was cutting hair and all that sort of stuff I learned when I was a barber. And two, I felt like when I was first learning, giving myself a bit more breathing room with stop losses and stuff like that took away that kind of nervousness and anxiousness of a trade potentially hitting stop loss. So, you know, but at the end of the day, making trades risk-free as quickly and as intelligently as possible is the end goal. Do you know what I mean? Got to understand that nothing is given in this market. Do you know what I mean? If a trade moves 30, 40 pips and you're happy with it, cool. Close. Best laptops for FX. Anything, bro. Like, honestly, you don't need a high-tech laptop. Just something you can load TradingView on, and yeah. I don't think I've ever had a problem with, you know, fucking not having enough RAM and SSD storage to load TradingView. But yeah, I mean, any of the, like, my strat and stuff is on my YouTube. Just click on my YouTube channel. You'll have to scroll past all the weekly breakdown videos because those are the most, like, recent things I do. But, yeah. How long did it take you to learn the charts for yourself? It's still a learning curve. Like, this is one of the only jobs that you will continuously learn throughout. There's no, you don't just master it. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much stuff that goes on. You know, there's different economic data each month that might cause the market to do something completely opposite to what you think. But getting a good understanding, a couple of years. But that was because I learned, back in 2019, 2018. There's nowhere near the amount of content like now as there was back then. Like, there was nothing. There was two traders on the scene. Thoughts on Switzy? Switzy is just an affiliate marketer. I haven't. Look, I always base traders on what I see, and if I don't see, you know, content breakdowns, you know, them actually sending some sort of analysis that doesn't just have, you know, 2 levels and that's it. Like, I don't believe them to be traders. What was the point where you could start scaling your trading? Probably about 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago. Where it fully took off was last year. 100% last year. I can't find your strat videos. What ones are they? Excuse me. Oh, it's going to get rid of the music now. Let's go on videos. Blah, 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 blah. Ignore all of these. They're just weekly breakdowns. Twitch lives, weekly breakdowns. Just scroll all the way to the bottom. You've got the first ever video. And you know what the funny thing is about doing content is I watched this first ever video and I fucking hate it. because that was like my first time being in front of a camera talking by yourself. And then progressively I got better and better at talking in front of the camera. But yeah, the weekly breakdown videos is just stuff that I do each week. Each Sunday I'll do a weekly breakdown, weekly forecast, so it just gives you like a perspective on what I'm looking at throughout the week. How much you making on a day? Depends. I might not make anything for a week. Do you know what I mean? But that's why I'm saying that's why I diversify my portfolio. Like, I've got money in so many different things in trading that if my manual trades aren't there, then I've always got other things, you know, scalping the market or buying different pairs that I don't even trade. What else? Yeah, look. So all of these here, these are all my portfolio. Well, my strats and stuff like that. Some are good, some are bad. Some of them have very high drawdown percentages, but that comes with algorithms. But you know, like today, I've not even closed the trade on manual, but I'm up 4.73%. So it's, you know, for the week, I've still not closed the trade. So I've still got GJ open and done 10%, but that's across 6 different things. Do you know what I mean? And that's how you should have it. I'm down today due to being greedy. Look, every single person in here, I know we had more, but every single person here, you've got to understand that at some point you will blow an account, right? That's just a given. Be it from copying trades, by taking your own setups, whatever it might be, you will blow an account. And you've got to understand that if you can't handle that, it will be when you step away. But if you go, right, do you know what? It's down to me why I blew that account. I redeposit, I go again. I understand why I blew that account. I'm not going to do it again. And you learn from your mistakes. Then that shows that you're in it for the long haul. Is the Fake Trader podcast / series idea still a possibility? I remember you talking about it. Yes. A very close friend of mine has just set up a podcast studio. But the problem I've got is that anybody that I invite on, I don't think will come. So I'm going to be like strapped for fucking people to come on. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's good to see a good amount of people in here. I'm going to be doing these kind of most evenings, so we can go over stuff and all that sort of shit. Look, every single person will deal with greediness. I was in your position and did the exact same thing, right? You go on a bit of a win streak, you know, taking your own setups. But look, I've dealt with groups for the last 2 years, and I will tell you categorically, every single person that blows their account after trading by themselves, it is always on gold, right? Hands down, always on gold. And realistically, their strategy is no stop loss, holding it for 10 or 20 pips and closing. That is the most common strategy. It's like, I don't know, buying low, selling high or something. Yes, sometimes it does work, don't get me wrong. Buying low, selling high, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it'll be people buying here, right? And having no stop loss, silly lot size, and then price pushes down. They get all fucking agitated and they close, or they just don't understand market structure and they go, and price goes and fucking drops down here and blows their account. Why did you stop the Twitch streams? I started streaming more on here just so people don't have to deal with the ads and stuff, to be honest. I mean, it's a bit much, like, me, you know, trying to get people to fucking subscribe and, you know, spend more money, do you know what I mean? The only other thing I might do is Kick, because I know there's no ads on there. But I don't make ad revenue off of this, or... The only other potential setup I'm waiting on, but I don't think it will be tonight or today, that it triggers, is GA. GBP AUD. But weirdly, that trade already got sent out earlier on. I blew my account and deposited more straight away. I knew it was my fault. Yeah, if you can accept, like, don't get me wrong, every single trader, i.e. in the group or any other groups that you're in, any real trader will go through a week of losses, maybe even a month of losses, right? But that's something you've got to understand you sign up for. If you sign up to copy and paste somebody else, then understand that they are going to have a rough patch. There is no 100% consistent trader out there that doesn't exist. And if they say it exists, they're lying. Yeah, look, I'm glad to be back in there. I'm glad to be actually, you know, trying to sustain people from thinking it's all a scam and getting out of it and blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, that's not the reason why I got into it, and it's not the reason why I hope a lot of other people get into it. Yeah, I'll keep doing the streams for sure. I'm a lot more inclined to do it now because I've got my own space. Like, I've now got like an actual fucking office type setup. So yeah, but even me, I'll go through. I mean, what, my first 2 trades in the group were stops hit. Like, this GJ trade is the one that's kind of just actually got me out of a bit of a lull position. But your strategy's not always going to work. That's the thing. Why don't you trade Dow Jones and US 30? So, I don't trade them because, again, I kind of just stick to what I know. And I feel like I have so much going on a day-to-day basis that trying to like shift my attention to something that I've never really dabbled in. I don't even know how the pip count works. You know, spreads on normal brokers are pretty fucking high on those things. So me sending it out wouldn't be ideal. And I've seen it happen in the past with other traders that I've had work alongside me, sending out US 30 trades and NQ trades and all this sort of stuff. And you know, there's such a debate on people getting in at the right time, if it actually hit what it said it hit, and this, that, and the third. Same with Bitcoin. This is why I don't agree with Bitcoin being sent out as a trade to take on a normal Forex broker, because, you know, they've got fucking massive spreads for a reason. So when it comes to like NQ and US 30 and NAS 100, I'm in the process of building like an algorithm that I can use on like a futures type broker. where it's zero spreads, it's literally market execution, and yeah, and it can just trade by itself. What are your thoughts on auto traders? I'm a novice and messed up thinking one would work with gold, and it hit me for a lot. Look, gold ones, depending on who's running it, how they've got it set up, and all this sort of stuff, they can be all right, but you've got to have a big balance. I've got two gold strategies, right? This one right here, I've had it running since August 12th, right? And it's only done 6%. Drawdown of 5.6%, but it's only done 6%. So most of these people, they'll stick it on £300 accounts. They're all martingale grid strategies that place in loads of positions with no stop loss, and you know, it will be, it's just not good news. How many years have you been trading? I've been trading for 6 years now. Where's my stop loss on GJ? Right over here, 193,600. So just within, inside the resistance, now support level. I can't link my trading view to Axie. Any tips? Axie aren't on the trading view broker list, I'm afraid. So the only way that you can link any type of account to TradingView is you have to set up with one of the TradingView brokers and then run your account through social trader. But realistically, there's no point. So, I mean, unless you are sat on TradingView all day, there's no real point. On your GJ trade, how come you had your stop loss where you did? Just curious. So if anybody's watched my fib retracement videos or the things that I put in the group, we've got the 61.8 fib line and the 78.6 fib line. So within this area here is where I ideally like to take a trade from, right? Aligning it with other confluences. So my stop loss will always go below the 78.6 because if we push past there and close, the trade's invalid, right? And looking back, it was the only we had a little double bottom here. It was the only place that I thought price could swipe that area and then push. But once I'd seen us initially bounce off of the trend again, that was enough for me to go, right, this is where we're going to react from. So I'll look to take my setup from this area. Oh. So there was multiple different things, but I have gone over the GJ trade in the group twice now. So if you want to know why I took it, watch those videos. But there was multiple different things. 4 hour, very, very big imbalance here, but inverted. So we had an imbalance on this bearish engulfing candle here, which we pushed straight through. So that basically makes this imbalance inverted, causing a bullish imbalance here. So all we're waiting for is a reaction within this area. And when you're dealing with the higher time frames, it means that you can go down to the scale down to the lower time frames to see what is within this 4 hour bullish engulfing candle to start marking out your entries. Fib level from the low to the high obviously gives us an area, like I said, ideally where I'd like to take my trade from. So within this 61.8 and 78.6 area. Then the uptrend we've got going on. You know, seeing these 4-hour candles rejecting to the downside as well shows that there's a good level of support there that is holding us above. What time is it in Dubai right now? It is 10 p.m. 10 p.m. What broker do you use? I have a couple. Vantage. I have a PAM account that's on Star Trader, and I do also have a few Axie accounts as well. So, how can I see your 2 gold strats for myself? All the MyFX books are, or you just go onto MyFX book and search Adam took that, and you can see all the strategies, the ones that are public. Bro, please start your own program. I'd be willing to pay monthly subscription or whatever fee you set. Yeah, I mean, look, the only thing that you get with, you know, paying a monthly subscription is a few more trades. Do you know what I mean? But majority of the time, I will indirectly show you what I'm looking to take in the videos that I do every day in the group. So, Adam, I can only use my phone at work as I drive a lot and can't really have my phone when working. Can you set all the lines and grids on the iPhone app? You can, just a little bit fucking annoying, but yeah. Yo. Have you and HS linked yet? Yeah, I was with him on his birthday, which was Friday just gone, on the boat. Trend line matched up nice to the 61.8. Exactly. And this is what I'm saying. It's obviously no one is 100% certain. And, you know, when people say this is the same as gambling, they're correct to a certain extent. But within trading, it's all about probability. And the more we can make that probability seem to go in our favor, that's why we have confluences. So if I have 3 or 4 confluences that are met, that makes that trade more probable, so I will take it. Are there any confluences I can add to the orb strat? There are, but can't really show any from today because it hasn't really done anything. The reason why I say the retest and the break of the low is because if price breaks that low, then it's more than likely going to continue in that direction. But it doesn't always work out. This is why I'm saying that yes, the orb strategy is there every day, but whether or not it actually plays out, this is why this is just like a baseline strat that you can then start to add things in. Like I said today, the day theory. The day theory, if you understand it, we've been in quite accumulation type days yesterday. And then today, we've had a bit of a manipulation day. So theoretically, the orb isn't going to work yesterday or today. But, you know, if you just have a small kind of TP target, yeah, you can make 5, 6 pips, 7 pips sometimes, trail your stop, all of that sort of shit. But, yeah, it's like, when I say it's a baseline, within the actual trading range, you can start to identify imbalances. Do you know what I mean? What did we do here? We tried to break out of the trading range. We failed. This bearish engulfing candle right here broke back in. What did it cause? An imbalance. We push back into that imbalance. You could have taken a sell trade off of there, stops just above the high, and then taken it down to the low. Right? So you can start to build other things inside the orb strategy to get better entries. That's what I said in the video after that. This is just the baseline. Once you start to understand what you're looking at, you can then start to implement other things within that strategy. Do you ever feel bored doing Forex each day? Do you know what? No. And trust me, I've done pretty much most jobs. I've been a barber and I did that for 10 years. That was very robotic and I didn't enjoy it after a certain amount of time. This is the only thing that I've actually stuck with, and I enjoy it because every single day there's, you know, new opportunities and it's a different day. But, you know, this is something that you can do wherever the fuck you want. You know, theoretically, if I didn't have a missus, then I'd probably just be wherever. I'd just go wherever I wanted. As long as I know what time zone I'm in, it doesn't really matter. And it's the only kind of industry where you make, like, the amount of money is down to you to make. Obviously in a responsible way. You still got to correctly risk manage. But it's the only industry where you essentially create as much wealth as you possibly can. You think gold will dump? Potentially. It's all down to tomorrow. If they're not looking to make any more rate cuts, then yeah, gold will start seeing lower levels for sure. Trading going to make you more money than a 9 to 5, kind of depressing. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It's all about you. At the end of the day, it's all about your individual drive. Like, the problem that you've got, and I don't mean this as any disrespect to anybody that's in here that's young, but we live in a very, very lazy and wanting a handout generation, right? They don't want to go through all of this to get to the end goal. They just want to be given this on a plate, think that they can master it in 2-3 weeks, and all of a sudden be financially free for the rest of their lives. It does not work like that. If it did, then every motherfucker would be doing it. Obviously, everybody is pretty much doing it now, but yeah, it's not as easy as people think. Like, honestly, there's so many different strategies out there. There's so many different, styles of trading. And it's tough. It's very, very daunting now, I'd say, for people to get involved than it was when I started, because no fucker did it when I started. Nobody was on TikTok. TikTok wasn't even a thing when I started. If it was just people fucking dancing. So there was none of it on TikTok. There was none of it on Instagram. There was about 2 people that were doing educational type videos on YouTube. Now there's fucking like hundreds. Every single person's a fucking trader. This is why, like, I don't sell a course. I wish I fucking did, but I don't, because every motherfucker is selling a course, right, which is essentially going to be recycled from anything that you can find on YouTube, and that is how they've made their money. These guys like FX Alex G made all of his money in a course. If you're charging $1,500 for a course, that's where your money's come from. Like, he's one of the biggest fucking in-your-face scams ever. Like, he does not know what he's doing. He has made his money from selling a course. Like, and people just overlook it. Like, there's a reason why you can't comment on his social media posts. Like, it's restricted. You can't comment. He accepts the comments that he wants on there and rejects the ones that he doesn't want on there. Because he's always getting called out. What's your thoughts on Don Vo? Good question. I did a video on him. Am I going to be able to show this without it stopping? Probably not. I did a video. There's my video on Don Vo. After he blew his fund. Very, very weird, because I used to actually enjoy watching his streams. I was a bit fucking gobsmacked when I first watched his stream, looking at his negative R to R trades, but very quickly learned that he was a profitable trader from doing it. Luke Des. I don't understand how anybody could look at Luke Des and think, yeah, that's the guy. That guy right there, he's the guy I want to learn trading from. That he looks like the most socially awkward person ever. And that's even him just by himself on his fucking TikTok videos. You don't... What don't you think's true, Juicy Records? What don't you think's true? Have you seen Anthony's World Strat? No, I mean, again, there's so many people out there that I don't really tend to... I'm not on TikTok. The only thing I have is my Instagram. I don't follow anybody. So yeah, I don't really... I'm not really in tune. Such a wrong un. Bro, it's just... I used to like watching his TikToks just because of how fucking, like... I don't know, simple he comes across. What you said about Alex G. Well, okay, we've got two things here, guys. Shall we watch a video and open your eyes on who is actually legit and who isn't? Because I can tell you, hands down, that Alex G is not. Which is the video that's the best? I mean, he's already been exposed for faking his results of his $100 to 1 million flip. But the best person to watch is... Where is his name? This guy. Wall Street Police. He's one of the best guys to watch when it comes to exposing people.
He clearly doesn't know how to keep certain things hidden.
I have the answer to it, but I don't know why. And I think I know what went wrong. So here's an example. So this company announced to the measure 4, measure 5, right? So whenever you
Let me know if that's too loud or not.
This bottom right thing right here is loading. Probably what I did is I had the history
Oh,
on the month
can't do that.
on MetaTrader 4, and when I opened the app, it was loading and it was refreshing. I just happened to screenshot it at that.
So he's already trying to give you like bollocks of like, oh yeah, like anybody right now, go on your MT4 and click on the month, right? And this is his trading account that he's supposedly flipped $100 to what? 22K. If you go onto your MT4, click month, it will have every single trade you have taken before withdrawing, right? He has got nothing on his month at all whatsoever. Even on his day, okay, little bit different. If you do like a day, it's a bit different because if you've not taken any trades that day, they're not going to show. But if you traded on that count for a week, 2 weeks, 2 days, it will show on your month statement on your MT4 when you click on that. Okay, let me turn it up.
With the month, and it went back to the day.
And it popped up with the month, then went back to the day. This means it was set to day. But since it was still loading, it recorded the history for the day while in the month format. Well, let's do some exposing. I didn't bring this up in my last video because I knew exactly how you'd react, and I also knew you wouldn't figure this out. These two screenshots were not taken by the same person or even on the same device. They were captured by someone who manages his Telegram channel, and that person clearly doesn't know how to keep certain things hidden. First, the times on the two screenshots are different. Second, whenever Alex posts on his Instagram about MT4 accounts, he usually hides transaction numbers and other details that could help track the account, just like here. But in the Telegram post, those details were left visible, showing that Alex didn't post this. A
Thoughts on
novice
ICT?
who hasn't mastered the game did. Another clue is the phone's status in the screenshots.
Good teacher, bad trader.
One shows the phone is in silent mode, while the other does not. Also, the battery levels are significantly different. One phone is almost fully charged, while the other is around 60%, which is odd given that only about 35 minutes separates the two screenshots. If you look closely at the text, you'll notice that one is bold while the other is thin, indicating they're from different devices. So what really happened is this. The new guy opened MT4, had it set to the month format, and took a screenshot around 11:13 without hiding the ID number. Alex, on the other hand, took screenshots from the same account at a different time. Since he's an experienced liar, he switched to the day format and hid the ID number. What he didn't realize was that he'd already been exposed in the Telegram post. Now, he wants you to believe that he took both screenshots and that it was just a loading issue. So, apparently, the guru we've been exposing decided to make a video to prove that he is legit and that the $1 million challenge is 100% real, with no lies. He also claimed that he made the video for the special 2%, who, according to him, have retention problems.
Sorry for those 98% of you guys that have been watching the series and are educated that I have to now waste 5 minutes of this video educating the 2% of I can't use that word. I want to say special people.
In doing so, he called us retards, which is quite ironic because we refuse to be fooled by the lies he's been selling to the so-called smart 98%.
He has
but here's what he forgot.
Same trader that Lambo Raoul trades for him in their groups.
Sometimes all it takes is an ant to take down an elephant. Anything built on deception will surely collapse when the truth comes out. And that's exactly what's happening now. People's eyes are opening. They're asking the right questions, and these so-called fake gurus are getting pissed. But before we start exposing him again, let's take a moment and ask ourselves a simple question. Maybe we'll start to see things from a different perspective. The simple question is, why? Why all of this? Why is Alex doing a $100 to $1 million challenge? Why does he flaunt luxurious cars on all his social media platforms? Why does he go to such great lengths to create content that makes him look super rich? Why is he always asking people to comment on his posts and say nice things? Why would he pay that much money to a page to promote his luxury cars and call him a day trader? Or did you not know he paid them? When you see paid promotions like that, it means the person paid to be advertised. And the question remains, why? I know the special 2%, as he calls us, already know the answer. But for the 98% who are still being fooled, let's help you out. Since you're supposedly too...
There's the video, okay? Go over it, watch it. This guy does quite a lot of your...
If you've ever...
I mean, he's done loads of videos on fucking... This one is probably the best. This goes over like people like Q Banks and all them sort of people. This one here, it's got ICT in it. What's his face? Daniel Savage. Even the guy that I learned part of my strategy from, Chris Williams, Swaggy C, Mamba Effects, loads of people. Like, watch this guy for your videos and stuff like that. Very, very funny. The Trading Geek, he's another one. But yeah, watch this guy. and it will open your eyes up to how
Clear.
easy it is for, you know, people to be led astray on, you know, the trading scene. So what happened to ZFX? He was back for about 2 days. I don't know. That was before I joined back. What are the biggest tips for someone who is starting out learning Forex? Take your time. Like, everyone seems to think there's a race to be making 10 bags a month or £1,000 a month or whatever it is, right? Understand, if you are making 1 or 2% a month, pat yourselves on the fucking back. It is not about making fucking 20-30% a month straight away, all that sort of stuff. It's like, it's unrealistic. Can you mark up USD CAD? I wonder how you mark up your charts. USD CAD. I actually had excuse me, fucking hell. I had this trade that we were in, but I closed. I think we closed out around TP1. But I had this idea for a sell setup, potentially. But given the current USD bullish sentiment, I've kind of switched my mind. I haven't really looked at USD CAD, but this is what I had marked out on the charts. And this was based on the higher time frame. The higher time frame. So caught the trade on the support level up. And yeah, was only really looking for the retest of 13700, which could still play out, but it's not really something that, I don't know. It's at the bottom of my like watch list, so that kind of means that I don't really pay attention to it. The things that I pay attention to are these categories up here. These are the ones I trade on the PAM account. I have also taken a trade on GA and AUD CAD today. But they're not really moving much, so I'll just monitor them. And GA I'm waiting for. But yeah, GJ is the only one that's active in the group that we are currently in. I thought he was the GOAT. I don't think this is true. Whatever he does must be working though. Look, I mean, right. Let me put it into perspective for you. He has a premium Discord, okay? That premium Discord has near on 4,000 people, right? And the only way you can get into that premium Discord is by purchasing his course. His course is $1,500. So do the maths. Just round it up. 4,000 people buying a course for $1,500. That's over $6 million that he has made just from selling his mentorship, right? Just that. That's not to say that's not like he might be making revenue off of Instagram. He might be making revenue off of YouTube. Well, he's definitely making revenue off of YouTube, you know, ads and all that sort of stuff. So he's going to have made a very decent amount of money. Plus, he had a prop firm that he rug pulled as well. That Wall Street guy goes through his whole backlog of kind of bits and pieces. Goes over the prop firm he had that he rugged. Goes over the fact that he's got his Discords that you can only get into if you buy his course. You know, his Instagram's active. It's got a lot of traction, a lot of people. So everybody that follows him, he immediately has someone on his Instagram that messages those people saying about his mentorship. How long do you hold your average trade? It depends. It depends on how strong my bias is. Like, I could realistically close GJ here and go, okay, cool, made 75, 80 pips, fine. But I'm happy with bringing my stops in. I'm still strong on where I believe price is going to go. So it's one of those things. It's a discipline factor and it's an emotional factor that I've built up over 3-4 years. I didn't have it when I first started, trust me. Do you offer one-to-one mentoring? Realistically, no. The only reason why is because anything that I would teach you is in a video. It's in a video that, you know, if I do a one-to-one with someone, you know, whatever it might be, you've only essentially got that one time to understand what I've said. Whereas if you've got it in a video, you can watch it over and over and over again. You've always got it there to go back to. Now promoting betting as well. Yeah, probably. Rocket 21, his prop firm was. Yeah, that's the one that, I mean, it's not about now. So how much are you up on the trade? I'm up about 1.2%. This is the thing, I don't trade mad lot sizes. I don't like sit here and like, when have you ever seen me post a profit shot on Instagram or in the group or wherever? Like, I'm not one of those people. I don't flex like money because that's just the same as everybody else. I would much rather sit there and flex percentage gains because percentage gains mean a hell of a lot more than money. Because for any one of you, let's just put you in a situation, right? If any one of you was stood in, you know, a group of wealthy guys, right? And you're sat there with your £300 account, okay? And 1% on your £300 account is only £3. If you turned around to those group of wealthy guys and you said, oh, I've made £3 today, they wouldn't be impressed. But if you turn around and said, I've made 1% today off of my investment, they would be impressed. They'd be interested. They'd ask you, oh, how have you made 1%? They wouldn't be like, how have you made £3? Because £3's like fucking a spit in the face for them. But how have you made 1%? Or by the end of the week, how have you made 5%? They're going to be like, 5% a week? That's fucking shit hot. Like, you can't get that anywhere else. So they'd be more inclined to ask you. But they're not going to be interested if you say, oh, I've made £20 this week. So would you recommend going into GJ now? No. I would not recommend it. Purely and solely because my ideal scenario is for GJ to push up here. But it's not to say that it is. You know, we're already in the trade from down here. We are in from, you know, we're currently sat in 90 odd pips of profit. If I tell you to go and jump in the trade now, price might come back down here, tap us out in profit, and go straight through, hit stop loss. And you've gone and lost money because you've wanted to jump in. So no, do not jump in. Opinions on copy trading. Depends on who you're copying. I really enjoy your weekly outlooks every Sunday. Yeah, I enjoy doing them. It's always good to kind of reminisce on what the week's been like and if it's been good or bad or if it's been hectic or whatever. Is there any reason to close a trade rather than just move stop loss somewhere you're content with? No, that's what I've done. Like, we're still holding this. I've moved my stops into profit. So worst case scenario, we come out of this trade with 35 pips. That's better than nothing. I've gained 10% of my account this week past my funded. Nice. Nice. Bit unrealistic, but nice nonetheless. Do you trade any of HS's money or that done now? No, I don't trade any of his money anymore. Could you not say the same about HS? Doesn't know how to trade, but insane at marketing and flexing to get people. Yeah, but it's like anything. Like any business owner is gonna have some sort of marketing strategy to attract clientele. It's all about people's strengths and weaknesses. Does that mean that I agree with everything and every marketing strategy that he's done? No, but I'm not him. It's not my business. The only reason why I'm in the investment group is to, one, try and make sure that everybody is, in there sustaining their equity, managing their risk properly, learning some sort of strategy so that they can at some point turn around and leave groups altogether and do it by themselves. That was my only goal. I don't care if that was for... I don't really care if that was for the worst of the worst marketers out there, affiliate marketers. I don't care, because my priority is the clients. The clients are my priority, not the person marketing it. If anything, they're benefiting me because they're bringing more people in that I can make sure are doing things properly. But again, you're not going to attract people into a group by showing £3 profit. You're going to attract people into a group by showing them, massive profit. But that's where I've always been different. Like, you notice on my social media, there's not a single picture of me flexing on a car or, doing this or doing that. It is just literally chart work. I probably got one of the most dullest, boring Instagram profiles going. Like, my Instagram doesn't attract people. But then that's just because that's how I want to be. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's not enough of my type of profile than every other fucker posting lifestyle content and, I've got this, I've got that. Everybody should feel bad if you haven't got those things or these things, blah, blah, blah. No, not at all. Are there any trades I should go in now? No, bro. London session's over. You can see the volume. The volume right now is dead as fuck. Even on gold, pretty dead. No trades yet. No trades. Haven't been in the live that long, but what are you saying about funded accounts? Do you use them? I have funded accounts that are run automatically. So I have majority of funded accounts set up to EAs. Just running in the background, so I don't pay attention to them. Just sorted an account out. Are there any trades? No, bro. Realest trader in the game. Well, bro, I try to be. Your chart work has helped me so much over the last year. Good. That's the aim. The more and more you can understand what you're looking at, the more and more clearer things will be later on down the line. No one is saying that you need to be looking at this shit and going, because don't get me wrong, sometimes I even look at the charts and go, fuck me, what the hell's going on here? Like, when you're looking at price action like this, right here, yeah, don't even bother. Do not even bother. Don't even like, you know, and then you'll begin to learn what pairs do. CAD pairs, they like to push for a long time. They like to have these harsh pushes all the way up. They like to have these harsh drops all the way down. You know, you start to learn what pairs tend to do. GBP JPY can be very, very volatile. Look, you know, 1 4-hour candle of 600 pips. And that was just randomly at fucking 6 a.m. in the morning that 600 pip candle was produced. So you know that GJ is a very volatile pair. GA can do some mad stuff as well, like this kind of shit. No, thank you very much. Stay out. Euro GBP is like a fucking slug. If you want like the least volatile pair going, trade Euro GBP. 1:30 tomorrow, US session, good time to trade. Yeah, US session open is good, but you've still got to look at what's happened within the previous 2 sessions. Do you know what I mean? From 6 a.m. tomorrow then, yes, get your highs and lows marked out. And then, yeah. Be careful though. I mean, we've got FOMC tomorrow. FOMC is normally, I don't think it's midday, if I remember correctly. Ugh. 23 out, so it's normally like 7 p.m. or something. 7 p.m. UK time. So realistically, the market's going to be pretty flat until that comes out. You're welcome, Treedy. Who did you learn all this Forex from? You just watched videos on YouTube or what? How did you get so confident at it? So I started learning from a guy called Chris Swaggy C. Williams. He learned from the Astro Effects guys, which is Aman Nat and Sean Lee. So I learned bits from them. I used to work for Aman Nat 2.5 years ago. And yeah, from that, it just gives you like stepping stones. It just gives you a ground basis. Then you can start to take bits from this person, this person, this person. But yeah, I've watched loads and loads of YouTube videos. It's like any one of you in here. You know, we're all men. We don't sit there and watch fucking EastEnders in the evening. You might have a series that you might watch, but my evenings were just spent sat watching fucking YouTube videos with my plate of food after the gym, and that's all I used to do every single day. I watch them on my breaks at work. What's the 2 indicators you use called? They are EMAs. EMAs, you've got 8 and 14. So the blue is the 8 and the 14 is the red. Just another added confluence that I like to wait on. Fib retrace, trend line, imbalances, liquidity. Yeah, there you go. There's 4 confluences right there. When you say 6 a.m. in the morning, are you looking at UK time? Yes. Yeah, I don't work on Dubai time. It's got no relevance to, you know, trade in the markets. My time down here is set to UK time. So I know when UK session opens, marking out my highs and lows of the day and all that sort of shit. What do you think of Euro USD? Look, again, anything USD based, I am not. I can give you my ideal world scenario. I would like to see price push a bit higher to take some potential sells, but I don't like when price is like this at the low, because it could just do what it did here. This was NFP. You know, price was kind of what you would call at a low. So most people would have been going, oh yeah, buy, believing price was going to shoot up. And NFP came out and it just dropped. So again, we could have the same basis happen tomorrow, where we've consolidated. People initially think, right, well, it's low, so it's got to be a buy. And price just then plummets, you know, again down, pushing further down. Daily time frame wise, you know, we've broken out of this uptrend that we were in. You know, there hasn't been a good retest of the downtrend that we were in, and a retest of 10900. You know, ideally, and we've got a nice little daily imbalance here as well. This area here. So ideally, ideal world, I'd like to see price push down into here, swipe this daily low here, react, i.e. reject, us have another little retest, and then potentially push back up to, you know, 1.01. But we need to see where the low is embedded, because then we can start putting on a fib retracement. We can start going, right, cool, we found the high, we've now got the low, so we can draw a fib on, we can see where the retracement could be. I think realistically it's going to be around this 1.1100 like area, and we target that for a potential retracement buy, and then jump in on the sell side. See, in the investment and gold, how much should I actually be risking? 1%, because 300 is really fuck all. Look, this is the thing. If you can't manage to risk 1% on 300 quid, then you are not going to be able to risk 1% on any higher balance. If you can't manage a balance of £300, then you're fucked. Because all you're doing is just giving yourself more money to essentially lose. What time does London market open and close? Look, they say that true London open is 6:30 a.m. Thanks for the knowledge. Do you have a Telegram page where you post signals? Look, it's kind of in limbo at the moment. Hence why I haven't people have asked about it, but I haven't sent it out. I'm sorting it as we speak, put it that way. I had a group, I left that group, then a lot of fuckery happened and all this sort of shit. So essentially, I prefer to make a new group and then do that. But just message me on Telegram. Message me on Telegram about it and I will send you the details. Think investing in a laptop or computer to look at the charts and mark out trend lines, resistance and support lines, etc. is a good idea. I use my phone and follow the investment group, but phone not really the best. Yeah, look, but you don't need to be buying a fucking high-tech, you know, fucking 8 gig RAM, 100 gig SSD. Just buy yourself like a notebook, something that is bigger than a phone, and use that. Doesn't need to be anything special, trust me. What's your Telegram, mate? Go on my Instagram. Adam took that. It is in my Instagram bio. Or in the investment group. Like, just click on that profile picture with me on my laptop. And that's me. What do you think of Kelly? Is that dark-haired girl? Again, like I said, I'm not really clued up on new traders and stuff. Thinking much of EA. Euro AUD or EA is in expert advisor? Are you charging to get in your group? There will be a fee. HS on the charts going crazy lately, can't lie. Yeah, I'm still waiting to sit down with him and see him on the charts. It'll be interesting to see the roles reversed. Yeah, Euro AUD. It's not a pair I look at, to be honest, bro. I mean, it tends to pretty much follow what GBP AUD is doing, give or take, depending which currency is stronger, GBP or Euro. Is it worth buying a subscription to TradingView? Not if you're. I mean, I think I'm pretty. I've got like the very, very basic plan on mine. Like the basic one possible. Get the one that you can do bar replay, pretty much. The one that you can do bar replay, so you can go back, you can back test over the weekend. You can take price back for the week and, test out strategies and stuff like that. Get that version. That's it. That's all you really need. Favorite pairs to trades? The majors, really. GU. I like some of the CAD pairs. GA, when GA is not being a bitch. GJ, this is my first time trading GJ in a long, long time. I haven't traded GJ in fucking ages. I even had, I'm pretty sure, a GJ trade from ages ago. Yeah, this one here. That was the last trade I took on GJ. And that was back in July. So I haven't traded GJ for like 3-4 months. Yeah, I used to do back testing on the weekend, but I used to just basically take price back 2 days and then just play it in real time. So for me, the charts were always going. Like there was no like day where the charts weren't moving. How much longer is the GBP AUD sale going to go for? I mean, I think you're still already in one, but my one, I'm still waiting for my confluences. We're currently just resting above this imbalance here on the hourly. For me to take a sell, I would like to see a nice bearish engulfing candle here. A retest, so this bullish imbalance is now inverted into a bearish imbalance, retest, and then sell off of the break. For me, personally. Gotta get HS on video chatting it out. Suddenly he's too cold with it. Yeah. I thought it was a little bit adventurous when he was calling like profit on his trade earlier, but it was literally in 2 pips profit. But he has, to be fair, he has hit a decent amount of trades. Do you think data collection is a good idea to progress in trading? I had someone that was doing data collection and was supposed to be sending it to me, but I haven't heard from him since. What's your opinion on gold right now after the massive sell-off? Look, it's a bit of an impulsive move before we've had Fed speak. So it doesn't surprise me because we are currently in kind of the manipulation phase of the week. So, you know, buyers will be putting in their long positions here, believing that potentially price could push, which it could. Not to say that it can't. But I think if Powell's not looking to raise rates, then gold should fall. Are people still holding on to this GBP JPY trade? Look, there's no reason why you shouldn't be holding on to it. I was looking at the JPY index, and JPY index seems to be rejecting nicely. So it gives me an added extra sort of confidence of holding for the TP. But look, I've said it to about 3 or 4 people this evening and earlier on. Close when you are happy. If you are happy with the profit that is made, you can close it. Thing with Bari players, you already know what's going to happen. Pick a pair that you don't know. Find a pair that you don't normally trade. Backtest that. What happened to the trader Calvin? Can you bring him back? He was very good. Calvin's a little bit too bougie for me now. Calvin chills with FX Alex G. So he's too bougie with it. GJ slowly pushing back up. Yeah, I mean, look, it's retested the previous level of resistance, now support. So we might see a nice continuation push. There is a nice fib line on gold from the low 25.47 to 26.85. I'm thinking of taking buys from 25.77. Yeah, I think, look, if we break 26, the most logical support after that for me is around 25.80. You've got a kind of previous level of resistance here / support. After that, you've got to remember that price needs liquidity to move. So for me, it would make more sense for price to tap and take this low here. Imbalance here as well. So there is going to be liquidity resting below this low here, which is 2 daily lows. So below those 2 daily lows is lots of nice liquidity. So I personally would be waiting for that to get swept, rejected, and then could potentially push up. But like I said, if it's not looking to be backed off of any more rate cuts, then essentially the only driving force of gold pushing higher would be more war news. And if there's none of that, then yeah, gold's going to be looking to see lower prices. Because it's essentially, there's no reason for it to keep going higher. What lot size are you doing? I'm risking 1%, my man. So whatever account I am trading will give me a different lot size. It's like the PAM account that I manage, that's got 7-8 grand in it. And if you were going by the 0.01 per £100, I should be using a 0.8 lot size. But I'm using a 0.1 because that was what 1% was, given the stop loss. And yeah, risking 1% gave me. The 5%ers, a valid prop firm. Anyone had an experience with them? Never ever heard of them, bro. Never. Look, the only legit prop firms out there that I would be willing to take an account with would be FTMO or ACG. Those would be the only ones. I'm just going to get a drink, chat. Hopefully, I'm British and I'll still say this. Trump gets into office. Yeah, 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. Can you explain how the PAM works? You just invest money and it gets traded for you. So, the PAM is basically me managing investors' accounts, investors' money. It's all put into one big equity pool. There is a minimum deposit, which is 1k. That's not me that set that. It is the broker. For PAM investors, it has to be 1,000. And yeah, it's me basically trading like I trade my own account. GJ's pushing again, is it? Oh, yeah. I mean, look, the daily's looking pretty nice. Daily's looking pretty nice. We've reacted off of the EMA and the trend line. Weekly wise, you know, we had a nice strong week last week. So yeah, I would be looking for a continuation push, but monthly was still above the EMAs as well. Monthly wise, I can't see because I've got fucking lines on my chart, but I'm trying to see if that's a wick. I don't think it is. Have we had a wick yet? Oh yeah, we have. Oh no, have we? No. So our previous month is, our previous monthly high is this high right here. So yeah, that's only this high, this wick high here. Okay. So again, potentially why my target is just above that, following the minus 27 extension retracement. But yeah, look, first TP is 194.959. So when price gets to there, we will see. We will see how we react to 195. What would you do if you were starting today? Trading, I would shut off the rest of the world and fill my head up with as much knowledge as possible. That's what I would do. Where are you? Where is 11 a.m.? It's supposed to be 11 p.m. But for some reason, I haven't changed the time on my clock since I fucking got the monitor and computer. But I'm in Dubai. You bullish or bearish for the Swiss franc? I haven't really looked at it, to be honest. I was in NZD CHF, but we held for a good amount of time, closed once we retested. But yeah, I personally, excuse me, I was very, very bullish, and still am to a certain extent, on NZD CHF. But, excuse me, this kind of price action at the moment, for me is not, there's no trade within this kind of price action right now. Coming back from the gym, eating a nice meal while watching the Wizards weekly charts. Yeah, I'll be doing this. I'll try and do this pretty much every day, guys. Maybe tomorrow we can watch FOMC play out in real time. What does the leverage mean on broker accounts? So 1 to 500s. Okay. How do I word this? Basically, the higher the leverage you have, the more risk you can put on your account. Okay? So 1 to 500 is, I'd say, most respectable brokers, IC Markets, Vantage, Axie, their max leverage is 1 to 500. But when starting out, and if you notice with prop firms and stuff like that, they do 1 to 1 or they do 1 to 30. And the reason behind that is it restricts you from being able to place lot sizes that are bigger than what your account can actually handle. So, you know, some countries, Australia, I know they're restricted to 1 to 30. You can't, realistically, unless you go with an unregulated broker, you can't get higher than 1 to 30. UK, 1 to 500. You can get some 1 to 1000s as well with shitty unregulated brokers. But yeah, it basically just means how much risk you can put on your account before the broker will margin call you. You recommend sticking to just a couple of pairs? Yes. Yeah. Start off with 2 pairs, 2 to 3 pairs max. Because if there's no trade on one pair, at least you've got another one that you can kind of analyze and go, well, maybe there's another pair on there. Thoughts on Lyranex? I actually have a Lyranex account because I set that up for US and kind of Canada and that sort of thing for them clients. What leverage do you recommend for if you're a beginner? It doesn't matter about what leverage you have. You can have 1 to 500 and still risk the correct amount on your account. Just having a lower leverage means if you accidentally stuck a 1 lot on, it would say trade disabled, or it just wouldn't allow you to place that lot size. Whereas having a 1 to 500, it might let you place that lot size on 300-400 quid. I actually have a strategy on Lyran X. I have an EA running on Lyran X. An EU one. I'm pretty sure. There you go. There is my Lyran X account that runs an EU algorithm. Very small balance though, because it's, you know, doesn't need to be massive. Why don't you trade futures? It's just not really my thing. Like, I've been tempted to, but I just kind of stick to what I know. I'm too busy in the daytime to start analyzing, you know, US 100. I put it on there because I wanted to have a look at it and actually try and make some sort of leeway with it. But on normal brokers, the spreads are fucking terrible. So you'd have to go with a broker that, you know, worked well with futures. So what would happen if you lost the 1k in the PAM account? Well, there's no way of that happening because I would be correctly risk managing. I still only risk 1% per trade. Best broker in your opinion? Look, I mean, my top 3 brokers: Vantage, IC Markets are good. I think Axie are good. They just need to fucking upgrade their client portals and dashboards. Like, that shit looks like it's still stuck in the fucking 1980s. They definitely haven't reinvested into their fucking, like, platform. So what benefits do I get out of the PAM and what do you get? The benefits you get is you don't have to do anything. And the benefits I get is a 15% performance fee. So no different to kind of a funded account. But the funded account's being traded for you, if that makes sense. For real though, actually got to do something about that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go on Vantage, you go on IC Markets, it's a lot more, like, appealing. Axie of, like, I don't know. It's like they've just forgotten about their platform. Relatively good spreads, you know, regulated, all that jazz. But yeah, they just need to fucking invest in some better, what's the word? I can't remember it. It's getting late. It's fucking 11:15. Have you got a weekly bias on GU? Yeah. I mean, in order for me to be taking buys, I would like to see how we react to this low here. So, ideally, in order to be taking a buy, I don't want to be taking it from here. I don't want to be getting in now either, purely and solely based off of the news that we've got coming out. But if I was to be looking to take a buy, it would be from around the 1,300 level. But if we do push from here, then I would be looking for how we reacted to 132 to then potentially continue on the sell side. But again, we're still above the EMAs until such time as we have a close below and the EMAs cross. We are still in bullish territory. We've been in this ascending channel for quite a decent amount of time. I still feel like the trend is overall bullish because all-time lows were down here on GU. So realistically, I don't think GU is going to be pushing further than all-time lows, but you know, we can all agree that the British economy probably isn't in the best state of affairs. Trying to pass a funded account right now using correct risk management. Well done. Good. Good. But like I said in the video this morning, you know, we've had, you know, sending channel drop, sending channel, potentially we get the next drop. How many times do you get a trade wrong that you send in the group? Don't know. It's like an open-ended question, that. I could get 3 trades wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, what people don't understand is trading's a mixture of things for people getting into it. Timing being one of the massive factors, okay? Especially for people copying and pasting. Timing is the be-all and end-all, because if you get into trading at a time where the person you are copying from is going through a bit of a lull phase, you know, having a bit of a losing streak, you will endure those losses. But if you look at the trader's overall track record, he might have been profitable for the previous 8 months, but has just gone through a month of hitting losses. So he might have made 90%, but then that next month, he's gone and lost 10%. He's still 80% up for the year. So it doesn't make him a profitable, it doesn't make him an unprofitable trader or a shit trader. It just means that he has had, like all traders do, a bad month. So again, like, win to loss ratio means absolutely sweet FA. Reason being, say I take 10 trades, right, in the month. They all have 10 pip stop losses, okay? So we're risking 90 pips. I'll work in pips because not everybody understands percentages. But every single trade has 10 pips, right? 10 trades, so 100 pip worth of stop losses. 9 of those trades get stopped out, so you've lost 90 pips, but your 10th trade goes and hits for 300 pips. Your win to loss ratio is negative, but your profitability is positive because you've gone and made back the 90 pip loss and made another 210 pips on top. So on paper, your win to loss ratio is negative, but on paper, you've, say for argument's sake, gone and made 20%. Does that make sense? Like, win to loss ratio, this isn't a game of Call of Duty. You know, it's not an FPS game where win to loss ratio or KD ratio means that you are the best person in the world. The most profitable trader in the world, his win to loss ratio was negative. Because his losses were small, but his wins were monsters. What do you think about 3 to 5 pip stop losses? Look, if it fits your strategy, fine. But for me, knowing how price can move and spreads and all this sort of stuff, 3 to 5 pip stop losses, it's tricky. It's tricky. It will, you will probably find yourself getting stopped out more. But this is what I'm saying. The kind of generation that we're in now is everyone wants that amazing kind of sniper entry and dealing with zero drawdown and massive R2Rs and all this sort of shit. Look, when you're first starting out, please do not focus on trying to get the best possible entry or sniper entry. It happens a very, very small amount of times. And I can tell you that like hands down. The more and more you're focusing on trying to get that sniper entry, the more and more you will fuck up. You need to sometimes give trades a bit of breathing room. You might not need the stop loss that big, but I would have much rather given myself a decent amount to play around with. Because, like I said, most people, they might have one area like, yeah, do you know what, I'm happy to take a trade from there. But ideally, I'd like to take a trade from here. You know, that sort of thing might still play out. So you might have taken an entry here, and price come down, swipe the double bottom that was over here, and then react. But you're taking into account that, okay, well, my stop loss needs to be this because I've still got that there that could be swept before going. But, you know, I just want to be in, and I don't really want to have to focus on what price is doing. This is my directional bias. These confluences have been met within this setup here. But this is like my ideal world entry. And look, I mean, it came very, very close to swiping that double bottom there. But we're in. Any trades tomorrow? I will see. Possibly, possibly not. I know how volatile FOMC can be. But we will see. We will see. There's still some pairs that could play out that we could potentially take some entries off of. Hi Adam. For traders like us where our win to loss ratios aren't the best, are we massively affected by A booking, B booking? Look, 95% of traders will be B book. Don't even worry about that. A book and B book. A book and B book affects you in no way, shape, or form. A book and B book only affects the broker. So don't worry about that. You will only be A booked if you are consistently profitable over months and months and months. You'll flag up on, you know, the broker's system where you've been hitting. Then they might swap you over to A-Book, but you won't know it. You won't be told about it. It will just happen. But every single person that is in any of the groups that I've been in You're always B book. I've been A booked probably for the last like 8-9 months. But still don't benefit me. It's nothing to do with me. Makes me no more money. A-book is just basically the broker making money off of your trade by placing your trade in the live market. But yeah. Do you base your stop loss off a recent price high or low? Yes. Yes. Or where I feel like if price pushes further than that, trade is invalid. How do you know if you're A-booked? Has it ever happened to you? It's happened to me once, and it was the broker actually asking me or telling me that they were going to do it. I've missed too many trades from going for the snipers. Yeah, it's sometimes you just gotta just fucking get in, just fucking do it, press that button. Instead of being like, oh yeah, well, it didn't tap into my 1 minute FVG and didn't do this and didn't do that. Like, okay, cool. Now price is gone and hit your TP. So hesitation because you're not getting the 0.1 pip entry that you wanted. But yeah. Anyway, guys, it is 11:30. I was only going to give myself a couple of hours on here, but I will do this again tomorrow night for anybody that wants to come in and join and chat. Just try and watch FOMC play out or something like that. But yeah, everybody that's in the investment group, look forward to the morning video, and I will update people on GJ as we go along. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.